You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Let's fucking go.
Ugly
Motherfucker.
11:55, almost midnight. Enough time for one more story. One more story before 12. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dark Ether Files podcast. I am Special Agent Spooky Clutter, joined by my fellow co-hosts.
Who goes first? I don't know.
I'm pointing at you.
Okay. Special Agent Danner Boehner, the Giraffe Slayer. There's a wooden giraffe up there above the fireplace. I just noticed. Yeah. Not kidding. Greetings, Exalted Ones.
And of course, joined by our fellow non-Pepsi enthusiast and animal lover in more ways than one, Special Agent, what's your name?
Special Agent Carter Sauce.
And welcome back to our...
Oh god, that looks terrible.
Is that like...
There. I don't know where the fuck this thing came from.
Is that supposed to be like there for taunting purposes? Like, is it just there to insult your intelligence, make fun of you?
What?
I was saying, is it there to taunt you? Like, someone put that there just to get on your nerves?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Nice White Ranger shirt, by the way.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of all that, welcome back to the annual Fog Watch Along, where on the 21st of April, for the past 2 years now, well, this will be the third year. Wow. We watched The Fog on April 21st. Mm-hmm. Sort of made that a annual tradition, and we are continuing it because this is, as far as I remember, my first bona fide horror movie. And it scared the shit out of me as a kid. Yeah, It still does, subconsciously.
Yep.
Still gets under my skin.
Yep.
Oh, that's how it's done.
That is how it's done. Those are the horror movies that really work. It's not the gratuitous blood and gore. You know, it's the movies that stick with you after you've shut off the TV.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. The kind that makes you not want to take out the garbage at night, walk past the mirror, or check what's under the bed or in the closet, as opposed to, oh my God, did he just saw that woman in half from her vagina?
Well, I'm sure Art the Clown can get a very fine profession in that.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding. Especially what Danner said about taking the trash out at night, just not looking under the bed, avoiding a mirror. Dude, you have no idea how bad if it's that bad, I'm doing my favorite pastime thing, sleeping with the lights on. Because I'll be that scared.
That's your favorite pastime?
Well, because of the movie, if depending on the intense scares of the film, I would be sleeping with the fucking lights on. Are you kidding me? Not to mention, now, brief little true story. I was a teenager. Yes, during my teenage years, I was around 13. First time I saw Child's Play, the first one, not the one with Mark Hamill, the OG, the original. I was fucking terrified of Chucky. That little bastard. I was terrified of that goddamn doll. You had no. I was so scared that I had to sleep. I had to sleep with the lights on. I slept with a bat on hand. I was that scared. I was that terrified.
You were how old now?
I was 13. Okay. It's a little fucking doll running around that can kill people with a fucking knife, and it's very vulgar too.
Speaking of vulgar, this is what I'm calling you in case you can't tell what this is supposed to look like.
You ass. Oh, really? Now, this is what I think of you. That's why That's what you should do.
What are you, gay?
Well, you're calling me a pussy. Well, that's what you should do.
You were 13 or 14?
13. Okay. Not to mention, this was during the time of fucking Hollywood Video. Okay, it was that scary. We had to return it the next day. Okay, it was that bad.
How? He's not even that scary.
He's
Like,
he's
all
a
the slasher villains to be afraid of. That's who you were afraid of?
It was a fucking doll. He's like
Big fucking whoop.
he could fucking have access to a gun. He has access to a gun, a knife, and can do voodoo and could kill you any ways that death would be impressed.
So having access to weapons equals scary. So every action movie ever.
Not to mention
as a kid,
what?
you wetting the bed because of Hans Gruber?
What the fuck?
I mean, he has access to weapons too, right?
What the fuck? Wait, how the fuck do we go from Chucky to Hans Gruber? What the fuck?
Because
That's not what I was talking.
You said one of the things that made you afraid of him was his access to weapons. And so I'm using that logic and applying it to any action villain ever. Like
That's
Hans
stupid.
Gruber.
No, that's stupid. That's a stupid comparison. Not to mention, it's the spirit of a fucking serial killer in a doll. A fucking doll.
How many times has Chucky been humiliated, bisected, and humiliated now?
Well,
dude, a few times, dude. Every time
you're gonna have him fap off to a Fangoria magazine. That's humiliating enough.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, but that was a long time ago. But the little bastard he's not even scary anymore. Only if he jumps out at you like a fucking face hugger.
That's out of the bag, Carter. You said you were afraid of Chucky at fucking 13 years old. I don't know what to do for you, son.
Dude, shut up. Dude, dude, if you saw a fucking doll about the size, like that could come up to your fucking leg, up to your kneecap, fucking cut you in the fucking ankles, cut you in your heels, cut you, you know what I'm saying, could fucking kill you, swear, and not to mention possessed by a serial killer, you're pretty much fucked. Unless you're just gonna lie there and take it. I was scared of that little bastard.
You see, I'd rather take the doll than ghosts coming back for revenge, because there's not ghosts.
Well, they're both supernatural.
Yeah, except with Chucky, he's a physical fucking doll. You could lock him in a freaking refrigerator
or a fireplace. Hello,
fog, not so much.
But no, anyway, I mean, you getting scared of Chucky. You got scared of Chucky at the wrong time. You got to either A, be a little kid, or B, be a parent. Which, at that point, you're neither. Now,
I was scared, but now I'm not scared of him.
Now, hang on a sec. As a kid, that would be scary. Like, why is the doll talking like this? Why does it seem so otherworldly? From the parent's perspective, this child seems very convinced that this doll wants to kill him, but because it seems so unworldly and nobody else believes him, but you're starting to question it, it's the fear of not being able to protect your kid. However, the only other horror movie that I can think of that did that perfectly was The Exorcist. And that's, however one feels about that movie, some call it overrated. I think it's more effective as a horror movie than any of the Child's Play movies.
Yeah.
I'll watch a Child's Play movie more than The Exorcist out of entertainment, but not out of scares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. terrified me for a few years, but then doesn't scare me anymore.
If you say so.
Shut up.
Congratulations.
But also, it's a really cool thing that we should do every year just for the Night of the Fog, April 21st. We should have like a big screen, like a movie screen, play it outdoors, have a little fire pit and a little fog machine rolling in with some lights while the movie is playing. We should totally do that.
So when you start forking the bill, call me up.
All right.
Regardless, let's go ahead and get this started because some of us have things to do in the morning.
Yeah. Well, you do. I have sleeping in to do. Which I did today.
Hey, I'm jealous.
I'll bet you are.
All right. Black screens, or as black as you can get.
Mine's green because it's my Xbox screensaver.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Starting the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play.
I was going to say look across the sea, but okay.
Opportunity.
Oh, well.
That fucking music. Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream. Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, you know what? I need to grab something.
Okay.
Well, I always thought this was some weird fever dream or illusion. The pocket watch, floating towards somebody to the kids, and then, oh, it was him.
All right. Had to have her along for the ride.
Well, you took her out of her box.
I have 2 of them.
Oh.
That's right. That's what collectors do. They collect more than one. That way, having fun over there?
Oh, I was just going to see if I could continue my career doing that fucking OnlyFans crunchy, whatever the fuck it was Wolfman said the other night.
Jesus. It was a good choice to start this movie off with a ghost story by the campfire. It sets the tone of the film.
Maybe this guy should have been in Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the guy that did it did a good job.
But, comparatively speaking.
Well, yeah. I suppose you're right.
Don't get me started on that guy from the reboot.
Asshole with no relevance.
Wearing a Star Wars shirt. We get it. He's a nerd. And nerds wear Star Wars shirts. Or Power Ranger shirts.
Also, that's what I said about watching this at night on a screen with a fog machine and a campfire. I forgot to add, watch it on a beach.
More like backyard lake house. I mean,
or beach house.
The nearest lake to me is literally only like 2 miles just that way. So,
nah, the lake thing, it would work if it was Friday the 13th or something. But this at a beach house or Airbnb on the beach, fuck yeah.
What about a lighthouse?
Or a lighthouse. Anything goes. Probably in
only if you get to watch the lighthouse too. I still haven't seen it. I've never seen it either. That's the only Robert Eggers movie I haven't seen.
Curious. So I may be off about it, or I may be right, but I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a day for night shot.
Mm-hmm.
with the blue tint.
See, I can't tell if it's day for night or if it's just overcast dusk.
Yeah. Still a great shot, regardless.
Yep.
And if you're gonna call it a day for night shot, I've seen much worse.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough. Much worse.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, we got
our girl.
No, not our girl. That's our guy. It's John Carpenter.
No, I was talking about Stevie Wayne on the radio. There's our girl. Well, that we hear her on the radio. She was talking.
That was only one thing about the remake that I kind of liked.
What's that?
Selma Blair as Stevie.
Oh. Yeah, I do like.
Mainly because she's hot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest, though. I'd stick with Adrienne Barbeau. If I had to choose. It's like Stewie said in one of those episodes of Family Guy. He's like, I don't know, man. It's like 80s boobs were different, you know?
And the perm, or 80s hairstyle, whatever you want to say.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're going to point this out when it comes up, huh? You know. Fucking bizarre. The sergeant is here. Hello, sergeant. If the fog is green, I apologize. I farted. That's nice.
Ew.
What the fuck is this audio?
My God.
It's a book. Now, fun fact. This part right here where Father Malone finds a box that contains the diary, if you've seen it, or the diary. In the intro and outro to the Haunted Mansion, I took when I find the journal containing a diary of the Cult of the Great Eye, I took inspiration from this scene.
Look at you go. Oh, there it is. Did we miss it?
Not just yet. There it is. Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. As a matter of fact. Well, the weatherman is wrong.
Yeah, I like to keep it as my personal headcanon that The Fog is a sequel to Halloween. And we see Jamie Lee Curtis on the road because she's trying to run away from Haddonfield. Since the boogeyman was never caught in 1978.
Yeah.
Well,
dude, I came up with that theory a long time ago.
Congratulations.
It'd be better than, well, any timeline we've gotten in Halloween since the first movie.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Halloween fans are going to hate me for going after their sacred cow, but there's only, in my opinion, 2 great Halloween movies. Some, maybe just one.
Yeah, I mean, there is a good amount of people that don't like Season of the Witch, and it's not because Michael Myers isn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
If they can give me that, I can accept it.
Okay.
Hey, Brother Fluff, how you doing, man?
Hey.
I gotta start wearing my glasses more often. I legit thought that it said John Carpenter's The Frog. That'd be one hell of a movie.
Oh my! What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Oh,
You never did that?
take a swig out of produce and then stick it back on the shelf for someone else to buy it and get sick? Fuck no.
Mhm.
Only if there were fucking assholes or I just don't like this fucking job. Yeah. But dude, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh, so it's not disgusting when you do it for the right reason?
If you don't like this job or you just fucking hate customers, then yeah.
Then it's not disgusting?
And it's not disgusting.
Wouldn't it be disgusting one way or another because you're putting your lips on something that's going to be drank by somebody else?
Yeah.
Exactly. But then you just, Carter, you're full of contradictions tonight. You better watch your bed.
Shut up.
You know, shave a little meat off the old kneecap. Nice and quiet. Pretty ominous, though, don't you know?
Yeah. Especially when you're driving through a small town in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Creepy as fuck.
There's a lot of green.
Mm-hmm. You know what, though? Good luck having it this quiet in California.
Okay, now these ghosts are just fucking assholes. Wasting fucking gas. If that was today, dude, those fucking assholes. $4 a gallon. Jesus Christ, dude.
Hey, Pepsi.
Funny.
Here comes Pepsi, man.
Right.
What the fuck? Jesus. I guess those
Now it
ghosts
sounds like
ghosts
California.
There you go.
or New York.
Sure.
Damn, are these ghosts fucking horny or what?
Oh, you're so funny. The chair just moved on its own. I'd be running out of the house with that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was her.
Yep.
Almost forgot.
Lindsay! Oh, piss off, you sodden cow!
I'll be real with you. This is the most I watched this movie.
Oh, yeah?
It just feels right. Yeah,
Well,
it's the right time of year to watch it. Kind of like how I really only watch Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day.
yeah. Oh, a younger Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Tom Atkins' naked upper lip.
Yeah, he looks weird without it.
Speaking of mustache, I would. Hey, that guy has a mustache. Hey, spray this water on the fire.
Hey, Chad. Hey. This is the remake of my... Hey, how you doing, Chad? Man,
There we go.
you know what? We sat Danner down for the remake. What was it, last year? And
Whoa! You no! Don't flip the script here. I sat you down. I picked the remake for the dumpster last year, and then I even suggested, hey, yes, I picked it because I figured, hey, we're getting close to the time for the fog, so I figured, hey, we'll watch the remake, and then on April 21st, we'll wash out the bad taste by watching the original.
I stand corrected.
Nice try. It was my idea. And it was awful.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. Fuck the remake. Yeah. I'm sorry,
So
but
bad.
Like at that point, as crazy as it sounds, I'd actually take the Halloween remake over the Fog remake. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, what really? I mean, just the towards the end of the movie where the freaking ghost started screaming, I was like, oh. I mean, the terrible CGI, like, just no. And see that's the funny thing. It seems like remakes were so obsessed with just shoving in CGI instead of doing things practical, like the ghosts in this movie, like having actual fog, having the people in costume and they're not translucent. It's like, you know what? We get it. They're ghosts. It's just there was something really scary about seeing these figures in silhouette in the fog, not being able to see their details. There's something really unnerving about it. It's like, you know.
Yeah, less is more. But but that's only the tip of the shit-coated iceberg that remake got horribly wrong, because like everything with Elizabeth there, everything got stupidly convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
And I do mean stupidly convoluted. Actually, everything about that movie was. I mean, like, the mayor was the father of Father Malone, not to be confused with his grandfather, who is the father of Father Malone's father, who is his son. Ow!
The imagination is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah, you know, they could have done. This is what they could have done. Either A, they could have not done a remake and just leave the franchise alone, or if they wanted to do another Fog story, make a sequel. Have a reference to this film, but have it be in a different area. But it's like, hey, yeah, you know, I heard about a story back in the 80s about some weird fog bank and a bunch of people died.
Well,
something as simple as a throwaway line referencing, like, hey, same universe, same fog, but, you know, like different ghosts. Something that's fucking simple.
And don't code it with any of that teenage CW crap.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. Well,
but you know what? I feel like that's what would happen.
Oh, regardless.
Like these days. Because that's what it seems like with a lot of horror movies. Well, not every horror movie. It just seems like at a certain point, you always have this angsty teen bullshit. Like, I watched this horror movie called The Sand last night. And, yeah, it was kind of shitty. Okay, well, it was either Creep Show or Tales from the Dark. Like, this was from the 80s or the 90s. I think it was more the 80s. It was an anthology series. And one of the stories in the anthology was about this black goo where these kids were trapped in the middle of a lake on a wooden like platform.
Swim dock?
Yes. And there was this like black goo that was in the water that every time you entered into it, it would start eating you. I can't remember if it was Tales from the Dark Side or Tales from the Crypt or Creep Show. It was one of those. But that's pretty much what this Sand movie was about, where it's a bunch of these horny teenagers on the beach having a party, getting drunk, and at some point they find this weird egg, and it's a throwaway frame too. Like, they find the egg, and it's like they just set it down. Then they wake up the next morning, everybody but a certain group of people are gone, and it turns out that the egg hatched and has like this weird creature that was living in the sand, and every time you stepped on the sand, it would start eating you, like melting you, like acid.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending, it was so like, it was a stupid ending. Like, there were 3 survivors, but 2 of the survivors were these girls, and they just left the guy behind. Like, they defeated the creature via fire. It's a weird fucking movie. It's a weird ass movie. But I was so confused by the end. It's like they left the 3rd survivor, who was a guy who was wounded earlier. They left him behind. And I'm like, did they just leave their guy behind? They're just walking off as this shitty music plays with the credits roll. And it's just like, what the hell is this? This is crazy, man.
Ooh.
Look, suffice to say, after seeing this movie, I never looked at Fog the same way again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know what's in
Sounds
there.
like Creep Show. Yeah, it probably was Creep Show. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. So that's pretty much what that movie was like, and I was thoroughly unimpressed. It actually had a Disney actor in there too. Like I'm talking from like the Disney Channel days, like one of their shows. Yeah, he was. I think the actor's name was Mitchell Musso.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
You got me.
The one highlight was that there was a really hot blonde chick topless.
Yeah.
So
this rivals the shot from Halloween.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, just the way the ghost is just slowly creeping towards him. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that might actually be better.
Those are some mighty decisive words.
I know. But that's just it, though. It's Carpenter, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anytime I hear people talk about their favorite Carpenter flicks, like it's either Halloween or The Thing. It's always those two, but
Yeah.
I don't think this one gets just enough. Not quite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called The Rat. It was from Creepshow too. I knew it.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think I do have a creep show at home, but I'm not at home right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or Raccoon City.
And I'm watching this on an HD TV in glorious SD because this is on a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find this movie on Blu-ray, and well, gotta
That's
use
a
what I got.
shame. I'm watching it on Amazon Prime for free, but there's a problem.
Same.
The sound.
Ads.
No, not ads. The sound. So for some reason, everything sounds a bit more high pitched.
Now,
Like in my like standard download copy of this movie, it doesn't sound like that. But this one, it's like the sound is like high pitched.
Oh,
it's weird.
Yeah, well, I'm watching mine on Internet Archive.
I see this.
Sorry.
This is one that I want to get on VHS. Like this and The Thing are ones that I'm keeping my eyes out for.
Carter, you just said that you were watching this on Amazon Prime as well. Now you're
No, I
saying
said no. No, I'm watching it on Internet Archive. You said it was Amazon.
I know, but you know what?
No, he didn't say he was watching on Amazon. He just pointed out ads.
Oh,
yeah.
My mistake. I'm tired. Forgive me.
So, let me guess. He gave her a mustache ride, and it came right off with it.
Wait, what? A mustache ride?
Yeah. Let's just say he actually did have his mustache before, when he picked her up and then took her home, gave her a mustache ride, and it came off with. Eh? So wait, by the logic that this is in the same timeline as Halloween, and this is actually Laurie Strode escaping Haddonfield, are we gonna find some incoherent bullshit to try and say this is actually Dr. Dan Chalice?
You could.
I mean, he is a lady killer, just like Dan Chalice. Just without the mustache.
So this part right here, where the ghost is at the glass door and is knocking, it reminds me a lot of the child demon, I think, from Salem Slot, the original. I've never seen it though, but you get what the comparison.
No, I don't, because I've never watched it either. I mean, with that sickle, it reminds me more of Children of the Corn.
Wait, is that a hook or a scythe?
Good question.
Nah, just another damn kid trying to ding dong ditch.
At 1 o'clock in the morning?
It's a kid. They do stupid shit. Like sometimes they sneak out. They do stuff. What they do, I don't know.
I see. Now, this part always freaked me out, especially when I went to the beach one time when I was a kid, back in 2006.
Okay.
I was always worried I'd find a gold coin that turned into a piece of wood.
A gold coin that turns into a piece of wood.
Can't help that. I can't help but think it like that's like an allegory for something.
Oh, you think you found treasure, but it's worth nothing. Just like you.
Ouch.
Or maybe the value of something is not measured in its weight of gold. Maybe there's more to it.
Perhaps.
But it's like, nah, you just rot in the ground and die. Yeah.
A piece of wood named Dane?
Are you a plank of wood?
No. I swear. But if ladies want to go searching the beach for a piece of wood named Dane, you got me.
You know what? One of the things that I praise this movie for is its simplicity with the story.
Mm-hmm. Again, something the remake didn't get well at all.
Yeah. It gave you just enough to go off of. It's like, okay, this town has a dark past. It has something to do with a ship called the Elizabeth Dane. I mean, we get our exposition dump for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there isn't no complicated side plot of, oh, she's a reincarnation seeing ghosts. And it's like, no, this is a simple hitchhiker. She just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
And if she left Haddonfield, well, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
There you
Or
go.
in this case, the fog. Nice nightgown. Take it off.
Please.
A
What?
stomach pounder and a Coke.
Please take off your underpants.
What?
It's a Family Guy reference.
Yep.
Hey man, if you woke up next to that face every morning, I think you'd have a good life.
Yeah.
She's in bed with a piece of wood with the name Dane on it.
I see. So you're trying to claim authority or claim dominion.
Hey, she's got Dane's morning wood.
Huh. You know, that guy's going to feel pretty stupid in a few hours.
Hmm.
The Lord. Fuck.
God damn it, Jamie. Why'd you have to go stupid?
Reelect.
She went stupid in more ways than one. Now that I think about it,
Well, mainly in real life.
I mean that's what I
you're-
mean. Like,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the character like wanting to.
no.
stick around.
Why? No, I'm talking in real life. She
Okay,
went
yeah.
stupid in more ways than one. One with her politics, and two with her fucking ego. Because I'm remembering when you said it was either you or someone else. I'm pretty sure it was you. When I think she was asked about Danielle Harris and Scout
Danielle,
Thompson.
who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, again, that's one thing that I think could have improved the Halloween 2018 is if they decide to course correct and actually say, yeah, she still had Jamie Lloyd, and here's Danielle Harris playing a grown-up Jamie. Ah, there you go. You get the two ladies who at that point had been in the most Halloween movies coming together. And when asked, who's that? What a fucking bitch, am I right?
Yeah.
Also, that's nice that that Janet Leigh is in here.
Yeah, sure.
Arkham.
Ah.
Oh, that was an ad that just got skipped. My browser blocks all ads.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Putting ads on a streaming service.
It's like, well, you might as well have cable at that point.
Or physical media.
Hey, I love my physical media. In fact, I actually I did a pickup today of a few different. Yeah. I'll show it off. Give me a second.
Okay.
So everything I picked up today, I have never watched. So no Blu-rays, unfortunately. It was just DVDs. But first one,
The Mothman Prophecies.
Never heard of it.
yeah. Have you heard about the Mothman before?
The cryptid? Hell yeah, I've heard of the fucking Mothman.
Yeah, so it's a cryptid like Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, like real life. Like this movie is supposedly based on a true story of an incident that happened here in the U.S.
Yeah, the Silver Bridge collapse.
Yeah, there you go. Another one is called The Ruins.
Never heard of it.
Me either, but it was a horror movie. It looked interesting enough. This one is not a horror movie, and I've never watched it, but I've heard lots about it.
Spartacus.
Oh yeah. Lucy Lawless.
That's what drew me in. It's like, oh, Lucy Lawless.
Oh
So-
yeah. Nothing.
What
Nothing
do
at
you
all.
know that? What do you know that I don't?
Nudity.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Let's get straight to the point. It's nudity.
Say no more.
Yeah.
This one, another movie again, that I have never heard of nor seen. It is actually a Japanese movie. It's called Nightmare.
Interesting.
Looks like The Grudge.
That's what it looks like, but it's not.
That's what the cover reminded me of, anyways.
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah. Oh yeah, I also I watched a movie called Dylan Dog.
What?
The hell?
Mhm. You ever heard of it?
Dylan Dog?
Dylan Dog Dead of Night.
No.
Mm-mm.
It is a movie starring Brandon Roth, as in Superman Brandon Roth. It's a horror, sort of. I mean, it's a horror movie, but it's like a more, I want to say comedic, but it's a bit more action orientated rather than straight up horror. It has vampires, werewolves, and zombies, and it has Brandon Roth playing a private detective named Dylan Dog, who basically hunts monsters for all intents and purposes. Think Sam and Dean from Supernatural, but as one guy.
I was going to say.
Right. You know,
By the way,
while on. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You go ahead. I'll remember this one.
Yeah. So that thing that you mentioned killed Mothman. Well, it turns out that people said that like so long ago, like in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, there was this old dynamite surplus storage place, for munitions during the war.
Mm-hmm.
There was it was abandoned, but there was a bunch of like local teenagers, hanging out, drinking, getting hanky panky. But then they noticed something strange, and as they are driving away, this creature with a big wingspan is flying alongside them. They get scared, and they go to the police, and they tell them about what they've seen. Cops shrug it off, thinking, "Oh, it's just a bunch of teenagers just doing some stupid shit." But it happens again. But one distinct feature about him are these big, glowing red eyes, about the size of bicycle reflectors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the one thing that makes Mothman infamous is that the Silver Bridge, that he was sighted days before the Silver Bridge collapsed. So we don't know if some people think that he was if it was an omen of death, or he was trying to an omen of death or a warning. He's he's famous. Not to mention, once word about him got around, 2 mysterious men in black showed up, trying to keep it quiet. Yeah, you can look him up. They even have a statue of him in Point Pleasant.
Huh.
Yeah.
Curious.
So I was going to ask you. I'm trying to remember. You got to refresh my memory here, but
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell me that you've seen Wolfman?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
It just dawned on me how poorly they did the whole put him out of his misery thing in that movie.
I don't know if cringy and cliche sums it up.
Yeah. Just, again, I felt nothing. And scenes like that have had so much emotional potency, like American Werewolf in London, where she stalls him by telling David that she loves him. Like, that was a bummer of an ending.
Yeah.
Or The Fly.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hell, since you brought up Supernatural, how about that episode from season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, yeah, that was fucking devastating.
Yeah.
And it happens off screen, for gosh sakes. I think that's the thing with when it comes to those scenes that are meant to be emotional, like in any given movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've had this conversation before, but I think where it really hits, like, even the audience, is how it affects the characters that you're already gotten an emotional attachment to. Like I know a lot of people don't like Rachel Dawes, whether it's Holmes or Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
I personally she exists in these movies. I don't really care that much. But when she dies, it was still a shock.
Mm.
But the only reason I felt anything is because, well, you see how it affects Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna
that's
be
what
honest
made-
though.
That's what made it work for me.
I'm gonna be honest though.
Hmm.
The Dark Knight ruined Rachel Dawes for me because at a certain point, it seemed like she just became a total bitch.
A bit.
Like
Harvey
You-
may
you-
not know you well enough to know when you're making fun of him, but I do.
I'm thinking to myself, you are associated with Batman, and
Right.
you decide to leave him for Harvey Dent. 2, you decide to leave a fucking letter saying, "Oh, I'm going to marry Harvey Dent. I want to spend the rest of my life with him." I was like, "You fucking twat!" Like, how could you do that to Batman? Your childhood friend. On top of that,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know what? Alfred did the right thing, burning that fucking letter.
Hmm.
The deed is done.
Yeah. Is that a coincidence that those blank eyes on that dead guy kind of look like the shape?
I think that is a coincidence. Might
I don't
very
thi-
well be intentional.
I don't think it's a coincidence at all. I don't know. I think all these self-aware meta in-jokes, they've been around a lot longer than we give them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
You may not. It's like Plinkett says. You may not have noticed it, but your brain did.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Hey, guys, love The Fog. Cheers to
Oh.
awesome movie. Oh, yep, Fog is an awesome movie. It's also a very scary movie for me.
Even
You know
these
what?
day of fight scenes.
You know what? It just occurred to me because you mentioned about the eyes, right?
Mm,
Later on in the movie, when they're on the boat with the body,
yeah.
Jamie Lee says, "Did you see his eyes?" And it's like, "Yeah, I saw his eyes." What if she saw that, saw how black and empty they were, and then thought of him?
Ooh.
Again, okay, stretching it for sure. It's just Jamie Lee Curtis, John Carpenter. Listen, my own personal headcanon. Halloween and The Fog take place in the same universe, and Jamie Lee is playing the same character. Laurie Strode trying to run away from the horror of the shape, but she ends up finding more horror instead.
That's a good theory.
I could get with it. And what if, while we're at it, I may stretch it just a bit thinner here. RJ McCready actually, and then actually, no, Stevie here actually recorded the voice, like the character. Decided, I'm going to take up a career doing voiceover for a computer chess game. The same one that you see RJ McCready playing, because that was Barbeau's voice.
Yeah.
She's literally the only woman in that movie by
Right.
definition. Unless you want to count the blow-up doll that was ultimately cut.
Yeah.
Unless the thing got to it.
It assimilated a blow-up doll?
Well, I wouldn't put anything past it.
What the fuck? God, I love her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Got my own little Stevie. You know what? Whenever I hear Stevie, though, she's not the only Stevie that comes to mind.
Mm.
You remember Stephen King's Rose Red?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the characters' names was Steve. and one of the ghosts of the house referred to him as Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I think of when I hear Stevie?
Hmm.
Well, I don't know. I can't see him. Stevie Wonder? I can't see him.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's got difters.
Hmm.
Father Malone, will you please donate your mustache to Nick Castle? The character Nick Castle, not to be confused with the Michael Myers actor.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what's going on, J-Man?
Hey, BT, what's up?
Listen, if you've ever seen a mustache-less Hal Holbrook, you'll be kind of terrified. He looks better with a mustache. I'm just saying.
How about Tom Selleck?
I haven't watched enough of Tom Selleck to give a...
Or scarier, Burt Reynolds.
Oh, God.
Wasn't Burt Reynolds in one of the X-Files episodes? He was. It was a later season. Back, like I'm talking around Robert Patrick's time.
Still,
Yeah.
Bad sign. That's a bad sign.
Well,
bad sign. Bad sign. We do that outside.
Oh, yeah, the pet rock.
6 must die. How do you react to that, you know? Piece of wood just lights itself on fire.
Well, first it wets itself.
Yeah, wets itself, then lights itself on fire.
Also, the way it exploded, it reminded me a lot of the effects they used, the practical effects for Star Wars.
A little bit. Hey, J-Man, how was your stream tonight? Do you have a good time? Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
Did you see his eyes? Yeah, I saw his eyes.
Dry drowning.
You know what else they royally fucked up in that remake? Sorry to go back to it, but music.
Hey, no problem. Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the pretty mediocre score. I'm talking about the Fallout Boy.
Fob? Really?
Hello, Stevenson residents. Family Guy. For the last time, Chris, it's pronounced Griffin.
That's Mr. Griffin.
He compared this version of the kid to the remake. He's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I won't leave the house." Proceeds to leave the house like a dumbass. Then gets his granny killed.
That was weird.
What?
Our screens blacked out and had the little buffering, and then it just went back to normal.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Ugh.
That must be on your end.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me.
No. Do stations still have those signs that literally say on the air?
Probably.
Yeah.
Once again, this movie scared me as a kid, and it still does to this day. Still very unnerved. I can't look at a body of water the same, and I can't ever look at a fog bank the same.
Jeez, maybe when you come up here, I'll be sure to bring out the fog machine.
You surround your house with fog, make you think I'm going to have to be Nick Castle saving your ass from your bedroom, break your window. Come on!
What? No, I just play as the piece of wood.
So I have to save a piece of wood? That's what you're saying? I got to go
I
into
am-
a... I have to go
I
into
am the wood.
I have to go into a fog-infested house to rescue a piece of wood that says Dane on it.
Yeah.
That must be one hell of a piece of wood.
It's got my name on it. Yeah, see, look at his eyes. He actually looks like the fucking shape.
Yeah, the way his hair is styled.
It's the Shatner mask. I knew it!
Again, I wouldn't put anything past it.
You
That
notice
done
also
on
that her hair
purpose.
got shorter? You notice
Yeah,
that?
it did.
Or is it just me?
It looks shorter. Reshoot?
Maybe. Well, just remember this also. Okay, so The Fog came out in 1980.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Halloween 2 came out in 81, right?
Or wait.
Or was it 82? I can't remember.
Halloween 2 came out in 81.
Okay. So this was a year before. Now, we do know that Jamie Lee had her hair cut shorter after Halloween. That's why they had to put a wig on her for Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what we're seeing, sort of like the prelude to the shorter hair.
Probably.
I think I mentioned this already, but they're doing a sequel to Freaky Friday,
Oh yeah.
and they're bringing back
I already
Lindsay
know.
Lohan and Jamie Lee.
I know. I mean, Chris is excited for it. Good for him.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mind
First one?
that one. You know,
I just don't care that it's even happening.
yeah. But I mean, hey, you know
It's
what?
just another one of those.
It is a movie starring Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon.
Gibbs.
Mark Harmon.
You remember that bit from Family Guy?
No. I don't
Where
actually.
Peter pulled out a picture of Mark Harmon. Do you see a wheelchair under Mark Harmon? No, you don't, because Mark Harmon is awesome.
Oh, is that the one where he tries to make a movie?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because you wanted Joe to play that
Right.
character or something. And then
Wow.
when shooting the movie, they just got those pixelated legs on him. But
Wow, that
anyways,
was the
too late. Finn.
Wow, that is the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
Wow, that's the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
My ass was actually sore. My ass was actually sore.
Right? Okay, if we're going to talk about Family Guy, I was seeing that one clip going around where Joe puts a wig on. It was good for me, too. Ah! I didn't feel a thing.
April Fool, motherfucker.
Okay, those shots.
Kind of eerie.
Yeah. Again, very, very Carpenter thing to do. Just get these establishing shots going, and you already got a perfect mood setting for it. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reminds me. Yeah, the town that is like it's like the town is closed. It reminds me a lot of Salado at night.
that
Really?
reminds me of Halloween 3.
Hmm.
I mean, I know it's not a Carpenter movie, but it has his fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
But it's Tommy Lee Wallace, so
Yeah. And you got Tom Atkins right here.
Yep. And Nancy Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this looks like the bar from Halloween 3.
Yeah, you're right. It's interesting because this movie doesn't have a high body count, yet it still is scary.
Only 6.
But high body count makes not one great.
This is true.
Just saying.
Asymmetry?
I mean, well, I think about it. I mean, a lot of great horror movies that have a body count, they don't even need a really high one. Halloween didn't have a big one.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, no. It was about quality over quantity. Otherwise, this would just be some kind of supernatural movie trying to be a Friday the 13th where it's all about the body count.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I don't want that.
I guess that's another thing that the remake got wrong, because there were plenty of kills and
how many?
Oh shit!
Well, yeah, like especially Father Malone, like with all the fucking glass shards going through him.
Yeah. Compare that to this Father Malone's death, and well, you don't see the gruesome end.
It's still unnerving to watch.
It is, 100%.
But you know, it's also like and good Andy said,
I've seen scarier ghosts on Scooby-Doo.
Look at that shot there.
Which one?
The shot of the fog right there coming in.
Yeah.
That's always freaks me out.
Yeah, especially in contrast to that sunset there, which looks kind of beautiful.
It does.
It's like the horror is trying to creep in on scenic beauty.
Yeah, and then it's wow! I just noticed that the sky had turned like red towards the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Went from the yellowish, orange, blue to red. It's like, yeah.
Oh yes, there will be blood.
Well, at least Dan, the weatherman, knows what he likes.
Mm-hmm.
Has a good taste.
But then again, is this Sheriff Brackett also trying to get away from Haddonfield?
See, I'd believe that, but the fact that he's flirting with Stevie Wayne so much tells me probably not.
But then his daughter's also here. Okay, stop. I shouldn't ponder this thought anymore, or it's going to fall apart like the remake. So probably not. But I still like the Jamie Lee one.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
It's interesting that the sonar picked up the ship. That's a very interesting little detail. Hey, it's a Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Back when Fords were good.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ford, there's apparently been a huge recall here in Texas with Fords because of engine and brake issues.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make a post, and I probably still will. I'll have to find the article, but when I say the caption's gonna be, well, I guess Ford isn't the best in Texas.
Who the fuck said it was the best in Texas?
Oh, it's all over the freaking commercials here. Part of the
Really?
jingle of the song is Ford is the best in Texas. No joke.
I thought it'd
Mhm.
be Dodge.
Yeah.
No. Part of the commercials here with Ford is the best in Texas.
Yeah,
But I guess not.
I remember that they played that jingle a lot when I was little.
Yeah.
You know what jingle I remember? Do the do.
Do the do.
Do the do.
Mountain Dew. Your favorite
Yeah.
drink. Do I gotta bring you like a special case of Mountain Dew or something? I think I might have to.
If you want. I wouldn't say no. Just
Wouldn't
make sure
say
it's
no.
just make sure it's not regular Mountain Dew because I got too much of that. And make sure it's not zero sugar because I got that as a birthday gift last year. It was okay to drink, but I need my sugar intake.
Well, I think they have one where it's pure cane sugar.
Ooh. Hello.
I'll have to take a look. They have one for Pepsi too.
Ooh.
It's like the Dr. Pepper in the cans or in the glass bottles. Sorry.
Yep. Oh, fuck. Get away from the door, you idiot.
And done.
Hey, Dan, it's April 21st. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Well, get out of here.
Okay.
He's killing me!
Okay, Rob Dyer, calm down.
He sucked. Still, not as much as Creighton Duke.
It is unfortunate.
I'm not getting past that. Like, I really don't understand why people like that character. He was fucking useless.
Oh, because Roseblood came along and gave him a bit more backstory.
I mean, even
that's
before that.
Before that.
Even before that even existed.
And I think that's why Rosebud came along and put him in there, because it's like, yeah, this guy didn't really do much. Who is he? Why is he important?
No, he just kept walking around Jason Goes to Hell pretending he was important. He was like, oh, remember me? No. I think I actually once saw a meme where they put Creighton Duke on Scarlet Witch. You know, you took everything from me. And then put Jason on Thanos. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, see, these ghosts are smart. Cutting the power lines. Sounds like a dog.
Very crafty.
Yeah. More power lines. Oh, this time it's the whole damn station. It's pretty scary too when you think about it,
Yeah.
because you got a beachside city. Well, not really a city, a town, and then you just
Yeah.
go zero lights, just all gone.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, that's freaky.
Have you ever seen the lights of town ever go out for real?
Here, yeah, in our area. So a few years ago, there was this really crazy storm. It knocked out the power to pretty much everywhere around here. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's so crazy that me and my dad had went out in our vehicle to check it out. Like where we used to live by Carter, there's this really big hill that you go up to get to another city that's farther down. But when you go up this hill and you turn around, you can see the entirety of the city that we live close to completely blacked out. And keep in mind that we live right by a military base as well, and even the military base had its power out.
Oh shit.
Like it was just black, just straight black as far as the eye could see. It's crazy.
Huh. That is. I mean, I've seen it happen to my hometown, but I remember me and my buddy were just rolling into the town and then just it all went. It wasn't even a stormy day. It wasn't a stormy night or nothing.
That's really freaky. I love that detail. You hear the frogs, and then they just stop.
Mm-hmm.
So it is John Carpenter's The Frog.
Mhm.
Thanks, Brother Fluff. I don't know about you, but I would hate to live right over the fucking water.
Yeah. Big flood comes in, you're screwed.
Or what if the dock collapses?
Yeah. Mm.
I think I said it before, but that was one thing I kind of didn't mind in the remake as well, was that she actually abandoned her post to go and try and save her son herself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
There was just one problem.
Mm.
She gets pulled underwater, touched by a ghost, doesn't burn or nothing.
Yeah.
And then in the very next scene, when she's out of the water hugging her son, she's bone dry.
Yeah.
Mm.
How hard could it have been to just throw a fucking bucket of water on Selma Blair? I hate continuity errors that are that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Jaws 4.
Kind of stupid to turn your back like that after you heard knocking at the door with ominous fog.
Fuck you, Grandma.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky. This is even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Culprits is dead, kid.
See, and this is why I carry the soda with rock salt.
Well, in this universe, salt don't work on ghosts, little buddy.
Drive, drive, drive. Oh, damn Fords. Can't handle a little mud.
Oh, that's freaky with the music there. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's called a stinger.
Don't pop it. Just try and ease it out. That's what she said.
They're completely surrounded. Mm-mm. T-Con's in the house. He says, I wonder if there will be a prequel or a sequel. Come on, John, give it to us. Don't do a prequel. I wouldn't mind a sequel. I just hope that it's not shitty.
I'd say neither personally, but
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, if they do a sequel, I'm down for it. Just make sure that Carpenter's doing the soundtrack, having some of the returning cast, maybe, depending on the story. I know, because it's like, oh, legacy sequels are already doing that, but you know what? Are you telling me that you wouldn't want to see Nick Castle come back again? Not the actor, the character.
Yeah.
Maybe give us Adrian Barbeau. We don't need another Cameron type F up. That's true.
Hell no. Fuck no.
But you know what? I don't think that John Carpenter is like that necessarily. Here's why. Because while, yes, he did do some work with the Blumhouse trilogy of Halloween, from what I heard, when you try and talk to him about it, he doesn't want to talk about those movies. It's like, yeah, I don't blame him, considering how Halloween 2018 is the Force Awakens of Halloween.
Yeah.
I'd say that Halloween Kills and Ends is pretty much a combination of Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker all rolled into one. Like, take your pick.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh shit! There it is.
But yeah, no to a prequel either. Like,
yeah, because there's not really a reason.
I mean, even if the backstory of the ghosts were interesting, less is more.
I mean, really though,
it would take away the mystique that we already get in this movie.
Well, look, here's the thing: what exactly could they do to even justify a prequel? Like, what would happen that would be significant enough? Like, the only thing that you would do would be a movie that's not even a horror movie. You would do a movie that shows the colonists coming to Antonio Bay and having a drama. And then the ending has them, fall for the false light on shore that leads them to their death. Like, that's the only thing you could do. But then there's no reason to do it, I don't know. That's something that, like,
film, like a fan film.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that you could cover in like a flashback, And besides,
Yeah.
there's no need.
I'm
for
just
it.
saying. I'm saying short. I'm saying short film at the most,
Yeah.
but at the very least, a flashback. But at best, overall, just leave it.
Yeah.
It's perfect the way it is. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it.
Right. It's crazy that you can see them walking. That is true. It'd be mostly drama, and it may be boring doing that. Yeah, because at that point, you have to ask yourself who you're doing the movie for. Because fans of the Fog might enjoy it, but having it tie into the Fog itself, you would need to do more to make it available or accessible to the mainstream audience in order for it to succeed. You know, because if you don't, then you're going to get a movie that is made for fans that most of them might not even go to it, if I'm being honest. They'll wait for it to go on streaming service. And it's like, well, what do I do now? Yeah. Besides, I feel like a movie like this wouldn't perform well these days because the movie-going audience has such a short attention span, they wouldn't even give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Or the fog's rolling in. Throw popcorn.
Yeah.
Or Jesus. Or this would just be horrible just thinking about it. Like the trailer reactions. Oh,
He's stretched. He's stretched.
oh, he's doing the thing that we already know he's done for how many years? Yeah, that's what he does.
Marvel's first family, and everybody is just gushing at the mouth like, "Oh my god, he's stretching!" Like,
and it looks like complete shit.
I already said it. I don't think that you can do a proper live-action Fantastic Four movie and make it look. And maybe that's going too far. But I mean, what exactly are we
You're not
doing?
going to make Mr. Fantastic stretching look that good unless you really, really polish it well. But it's going to look rubbery no matter what. And some may argue that's the intent. It doesn't change the fact of just how silly it's going to end up looking in the long run.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
again, just remember 1990. Remember when they tried to adapt Captain America and in that fucking costume that they wore? Comic accurate, sure, but the ears.
Yeah.
The fucking mask with the eye holes that were completely off-centered from the actor's eyes. The way he threw that fucking shield, like, if you compare how Matt Salinger threw that fucking shield compared to Chris Evans, it's night and day. He always threw it like he's throwing a frisbee, but with Evans, it was always
like at
it's
an
like
angle.
it's like it launched from his arm every time he threw it, as opposed to he's holding onto the end and throwing it like a frisbee. No, just launch, just swing. What?
The picture.
Yeah.
You never heard
No.
Yeah. I gotta find that picture.
Which one?
That's no fog bank out there, but a titty bank out there. You wish.
Wowee.
I'm gonna find it.
Oh God.
Damn, when did we do that watch along?
Which?
Nope. Nope.
What?
I was gonna make a smartass remark, but I was about to hit that trip line, but I wasn't gonna do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was about to make a smartass remark about what the kid said. Don't go in there. And you said shut up. Like I was about to say shut up, or I fucking diddle your hole.
Why?
Catholic priest pun.
Are you trying to make that joke because Pope Francis is dead?
No.
Then why bring it up?
You asked why I did it. Like, oh, I'm not gonna cross that line. I'm gonna step on that line.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Never mind. Why don't you even fucking bother?
Because of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more disturbing. The fake Captain America over there or Carter choking Captain America with a giraffe's body. Carter's reaction, enjoying it.
Take your pick.
All the above. I love how his eyes go red too. That's like really freaky.
Yeah.
Rob Bottin, you son of a bitch.
So one of the
fucking
cool things
Sting.
with one of the cool things with Amazon Prime, I guess, or Amazon Video, whatever, is some of the trivia that they have. So on this one here, it says the lead ghost Blake was played by special effects artist Rob Bottin. When Bottin asked for the job, John Carpenter asked him to stand up. Bottin then expected Carpenter to say, "And get out." When Carpenter saw that Bottin was a very large man at 6'5", which was needed for the character Blake, he was hired.
And he was a young lad, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, what, 23 when he did the effects for the thing?
Yeah, I think so. Damn, look at that. See, that's the only real good close-up you get.
Yeah.
Green skin, worms on it. It's like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Here's some other trivia. Although this was essentially a low-budget independent movie, John Carpenter chose to shoot the movie in anamorphic widescreen Panavision. This decision gave the movie a grander feel for the viewer, so it didn't seem like a low-budget horror film.
Yeah, well, sometimes low budget has its charm.
Such an epic climax, you know?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Another tradition I have on this day is listening to the soundtrack on the way to work.
I mean, it's a foreboding soundtrack, so
It
it's
is.
fitting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just quiet.
The calm after the storm.
Yeah, sure. I love that pan up shot too. It's really good.
High and Mighty Atkins.
Mm. I like this ending though because it gives off kind of like a mythological type feel. Like so they give the gold back, and that's what makes the ghosts go away, but they still have to kill the last conspirator, which is the only last living member or lineage, I guess, that we know of, which is Father Malone.
Yeah.
Compare that to the remake where it's like, well, they just kill anybody and everybody just for the hell of it.
Right.
There's no 6 must die. There's no returning of the gold. They just kill everybody and then
Trying to reunite with a reincarnation.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Again, the more you think about it, the more it falls apart and the more it hurts your brain.
Needlessly complicated.
Yeah. To say the fucking least.
I shall hold on to this figure.
I notice where your finger is.
Oops. It could come again. See, so... Well, hold on. The water into the darkness.
Anyway.
Hold on. Gotta get that last stinger in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, that ending monologue, if we don't wake up to find ourselves safe in our beds, it could come again. You could look at that and say, yeah, that can leave a door open for a sequel. And the only thing I would say is that the fog itself is the character. Like, think about what brought about this curse. Something terrible happens, and as this is happening, a fog bank rolls in, and you could say that it claimed the spirits of the people aboard the ship. And you could say, well, maybe that's the hook. Maybe that's what could happen somewhere else, in another part of the world where something terrible happens and a fog bank shows up. And you don't have to go into something needlessly complicated. It's just like, it's almost like a force of nature where the fog, it rolls in and almost like it's waiting for something terrible to happen. Then it claims the souls of those being done wrong. And then that's where the curse is seated. And then years later, it'll come again. And until the spirits get their revenge,
Well, you see, that monologue, I wouldn't interpret it as sequel bait at any given point.
No.
Well, I look at it more as Carpenter, once again, sending a little love letter to a certain movie, because the whole look across water, look for the fog. It reminds me of The Thing from Another World. Keep watching the sky.
You were going to say that. Yeah.
So I think, in a way, I look at that as Carpenter leaving a little hint like, yeah, I'm going to remake that movie. I'm just going to, he obviously was a fan of that movie so much. I mean, you have Lindsay watching it in
Right.
Halloween.
Thing from an
That
thing
you
from
have
another world.
yes, like that's what I'm talking about. And then here you have a monologue that's very reminiscent of Keep Watching the Skies. And it's like Carpenter was kind of planting the seeds, like he was building up to that, which is unfortunate because, well, given the reception it got upon release and the box office failure that it was, undeservedly so.
Right.
I mean, there have been other times where directors have, planted those seeds, like at the end of The Happening when they put the little girl on the bus and she's got an Avatar: The Last Airbender backpack, and the bus number is 2010. It's like,
Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, you could almost, because it's popular to say that John Carpenter's The Thing is a remake, but if you actually think about it, it's not really a remake. It's actually an adaptation of the book Who Goes There, much like how The Thing from Another World is an adaptation. So I've changed my lingo on it to say that it's not really a remake, because even the characters in The Thing from Another World are named different. Because as far as I remember, there is no character in The Thing from Another World named McCready, is there?
I don't think so.
So, but there is a McCready, I believe, in the book.
Yeah.
I believe. So I look at it more as like an adaptation of the source material. I mean, obviously the opening logo is I don't want to say a ripoff, but it's an homage to the Thing from Another World.
No, that's an insult to even call it a ripoff. Like,
well, yeah, that's why I was saying I wouldn't call it a ripoff. It's more like a homage.
I mean,
no, I can imagine
or a love letter. A love letter, because like I just said, I mean, Carpenter was clearly a big fan of that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, the DVD menu here, it's all green.
I have that same DVD.
It's unnerving, actually.
It's very unnerving. I want you to imagine an 8 or 9 year old kid. I'm having a memory right now where my mom was in the kitchen making lunch or dinner, and my dad had set up the movie, but we didn't play it yet because we were waiting for the food to get done. Then we would sit down, eat our food, and watch the movie. And I remember the DVD menu.
Yeah.
With the green tint to it. And with the music playing. Like, I remember. Well, it wasn't the music. It was actually just... I mean, it was the music, sort of, but you had clips of the movie playing. Yeah. No, I remember.
I don't know. I have a feeling watching this movie with this green color palette would be creepy as all hell.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of weird, but,
Yeah. I would like to add that when you said about watching it with a green palette, I have a color light bar and 2 color LEDs. I had them on teal throughout the whole film while watching it, just to give it that ambiance.
Well, remember last year, none of us had our lights on.
Oh
yeah, that's true. Oops.
We did that on purpose. We did that on purpose, though.
Yeah. I should have thought of that.
I
would have, but I'm in a different place, so.
Also, isn't that considered? Also, wasn't the ending of The Fog considered a cliche? I mean, 1 minute it's all good, and the next thing you know, oh, surprise, gotcha, bitch! Like, no, I don't think so.
See, it's almost like you're using that in like a negative connotation.
No, because every time I see something like this, I always think about either fucking like there are some good movies and then there's some bad movies. I'm not gonna say which ones though, but like when you think once it's all calm, like everything is mellowed out. Nope, it's just that one last scare or little incident. It always
context matters.
Yes, like when Stevie was giving her monologue, and we thought that, oh, it's over. And then next thing you know, Father's saying, why 6? And then Blake comes back. Why not 6? Exactly. That part or that trope, every time I think of that trope, I always think of 2 things. A movie that you and that Caleb hates, and I'm pretty sure you hate, along with a particular franchise, Ghost Ship and Final Destination.
Wow.
Always gives me
2 movies I hate.
well, one's a franchise, the other one is a movie. You know, if you've seen the adaptation of Ghost Ship, you know when Epps is being loaded up on the hospital, and we see the damn crates of gold and ferrymen. You think, oh no, it's oh no, not again. And of course, Final Destination, when the survivors of a certain tragedy survive only to get killed off, thinking they beat death, but surprised, I don't think so. It just gives me that little one last scare before the credits.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I can never invest myself in those movies, because for me, it's like, what's the point in getting to the end of the movie with this one survivor if they just get killed off anyway? And I get it. It's part of that movie's sort of formula. And that's why I can never get into those movies. There's no reason for me to get invested if, Judgment Day is inevitable, right?
Well, speaking of that, it wasn't over. Like, there was a goal to accomplish with these fucking ghosts here, man.
Yeah.
Like to even compare it to the Final Destination movies, I'd say that's preposterous. Like, this movie did it long before, and shit.
Well, you see, look, here's the deal. This was pre-established in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It said 6 must die, yet only 5 people died by the time they got their gold back. That's why the fog. We didn't see the fog come back over the entire town. It literally returned right to that spot where Father Malone was. That is an important detail to know. See, because if the fog did come back around the entire town, we would have seen it. Carpenter would have showed it to us. But he deliberately had it shown that it was in the church only where the last conspirator was. They were coming back to finish the job. Call it a trope, call it a cliche. I say that it's a payoff for something that was hinted at throughout the entire movie. 6 conspirators must die, or 6 must die, and they get their gold back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even if they got their 6 conspirators, would they still come back for their gold or not?
But they did get their gold. That's what prompted
I'm
them
just
to leave
saying
them in the first place.
No, but I'm saying if they already said, let's go back. If they killed all 6, if 6 must die, they filled their quota. Wouldn't they have, been at peace? But if they never mentioned the gold, like if the gold was never mentioned, wouldn't they still have found peace, or do you think they would still come back looking for it?
Considering that part of the movie explicitly stated, specifically in Father Malone's journal, if there was a way to bring them back from the dead, he would return the gold to them intact, save the money that was spent on the walls that hide it, as in the church. So, yeah, they would have came back for their gold too. Because that's what the movie said. The dialogue literally says that in the movie. The dialogue in the movie states that. 2 stipulations. 6 must die, and they get their gold back. They got their gold back first, and they came back at the very end to get Father Malone.
Well, damn.
Doesn't really matter which order that is. The point is, the movie hinted at it. It straight up said it quite a few times.
And it paid it off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see. The Fog was filmed in April and May 1979, and it ended with Father Malone's death, and Pope Francis died in April, 46 years later. What the fuck? That is a very interesting point.
What a quinky dink.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get into the whole Pope Francis thing, but I'm not going to. This isn't the right time or place to do that. But regardless, thank you to everyone who stopped by. We got the Sergeant, we got Brother Fluff, we got Chad, we got T-Con, J-Man, Kyle. Appreciate you guys stopping by for year 3 of the annual Fog Watch Log. Join us next time, provided we're all still alive. Fingers crossed, hope to God, however you want to do it. The next April 21st lands on a Tuesday, funny enough, so it'll be the day after what we're doing now. 365 days later on a Tuesday. But there you go. As far as for what we got coming up, no Lord of the Rings this Saturday, as we're giving myself time to work on the finale, intro and outro for the story. For Lord of the Rings, the story isn't ending just yet. But I do need that extra time to work on said intro and outro. So it'll be kind of quiet from us on this end. If we decide to do a stream, most likely not, but if we decide to do one, you already know. Stay tuned. But yes, as far as that is concerned, any finishing remarks, gentlemen?
Look across the water. Look for the fog. That's all I'm going to say.
How about you, Carter?
This is Stevie Wayne of KAB signing off.
All right. And I shall end it off then with sort of an extension of what Danner said. If this has been anything but a nightmare, and if we don't wake up to find ourselves safe in our beds, then it can come again. To the ships at sea who can hear my voice, look across the water into the darkness. Look for the fog. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember that the entertainment is out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Special Agent Spooky Clutter.
I'm Special Agent Carter Sauce.
Special Agent Dr. Richtofen.
And until next time, fellow investigators, remember.
The entertainment.
The entertainment.
The entertainment.
The entertainment.
The entertainment.